This week we're in Colona, Illinois at Rock River Arms. Rock River is well known for its AR platform rifles and its 1911 pistols, and they've got quite a few innovations in both families in store. Let's take a look behind the scenes and see what makes Rock Rivers so well respected.
Somewhere in the midst of about 1999 to 2000, my brother and I started looking at the AR-15 market. It was a growing market, very few people playing in it. I could actually, when I could see really well back in those early days, quarter-inch groups were nothing at 100 yards with the way the rifles that we started building were. The real magic is in the land, the groove dimensions. It's in the chamber and it's in the muzzle crown.
Well, Chuck, here in my hand I've got what appears to be a billet machined upper gun and lower, and it's a 308. This is the BT3. Tell me about this project.
The BT3, Rock River's always made a 308 platform we call the LAR8. This is a newer model. It's made out of billet, gives us some three-dimensional look. A little bit more defined, so instead of looking at a rack of 308s, it defines it more as a Rock River look.
Sure.
That was one of the targets with this. The second target was some of our customers are looking for a 308 in what they call the standard platform, which is the original AR-10 style mag. So we decided to design a rifle off of that magazine. Just cleaned it up, made it a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, and a little bit more practical, especially for some of our governmental uses.
The thing that makes Rock River most interesting to our clients, and it's sometimes more of a burden than it is anything else, but we still do it, is we build your rifle as a custom build to you. You spec it, we will build it. By design, Rock River Arms has never been one to be a follower. We always tried to lead our industry. We were one of the very first manufacturers to actually install quad rails on production guns, things of that nature, and doing different stocks, doing different pistol grips, things of that nature. We've just always kind of burned or led the path.
You're known for 1911s and ARs, but you're mostly known for centerfire ARs. This one's a little different. Tell me about the gun I have in my hands.
This is new for 2018. It's our LAR-22. It's a 22 long rifle.
Okay.
Built on a Polymer upper and lower receiver, designed for accurate shooting and just casual plinking.
Sure. So it's a blowback gun. I think you were mentioning before that the buffer tube assembly is really a stock support in this case. You don't really need to have a buffer assembly. What else is different about this gun in terms of, what kind of rifling do you have, and is it suitable for high-speed rounds and that sort of thing?
Yes, it is. The rifling is a 1/16 twist, chambered in 22 long rifle, and it's the micro groove rifling that we've added to this project.
Oh, very interesting. So Polymer upper and lower, rimfire. You're branching out on the ARs. I mean, you really are getting into some stuff you've never done before, so we're going to look forward to this.
In our AR world, we have built firearms for law enforcement. We build them for the U.S. government. We build varmint rifles. We build coyote hunting rifles. We build long-range target rifles. The spectrum's wide open with what we do. Rock River is what I want to be a name brand, and everybody associated is. They never cut corners. It was always high quality. Best product I've ever owned, period.
We're back at Rock River, and even though I'm holding in my hand an AR platform rifle, actually in this case, an AR platform rifle that takes AK magazines and is chambered in 7.62 by 39, Rock River is also really well known for its 1911 pistols. Some of them are more on the traditional end of things, and on the other end, they've got some that are very innovative and new. So let's take a look behind the scenes.
Rock River Arms started as a dream between my brother and I of building custom 1911s is where we started. When me and Mark sat down, we went through and critiqued the frame and slide rail cuts. We critiqued the extractor cut. We critiqued the firing pin stop cuts, the positions and the hole sizes and dimensions of hammer pins, sear pins, tightening things up to make it a better quality gun. After we seen what we could hold on the modernized CNC machines, I took it to the next step and pushed the limits a little bit more.
Well, Chuck, we've taken a look at a lot of AR models that you guys have, and it's really, the range is expanding. You know, the wall's full of them here, but there's also a display here behind me of 1911s. And Rock River, as with the ARs, has got a lot going on kind of both ends, really traditional guns and also for competition or what have you. And then you've got a project there I want you to tell our viewers a little bit about.
It's a new project this year. The Poly 1911 we introduced 5 years ago, just now coming out for delivery this year. And to back the 5-inch standard Poly, Rock River's coming out with the Poly in a commander length also. We're offering them in both 9mm and 45 ACP this year. The purpose of this was to cut some more weight for carry purpose. We've dropped this down to 28 ounces in total weight without the mag. It's a nice, clean, comfortable feeling gun, lightweight.
So I think we were just talking about this earlier. I think with, you know, compared to say a full-size 5-inch steel 1911 45 ACP, your Poly guns, and you've got the full size, and then you're holding the commander here. Very similar looking, but as you say, with the Polymer lower, you're talking about a difference of 6 ounces or more between the full-size steel gun and the commander Poly gun.
Correct.
Which is a little unfair comparison maybe, but even between the two full-size guns, you're talking about over 3 ounces. So that kind of weight adds up in a carry gun if you're wearing it all day long. Tell me a little bit about the construction of the frame on the Poly gun.
The construction of the frame is still it's a steel insert, 4140, made from bar stock, inserted into the Poly lower. It's got 2 rigid screws on the sides that lock it into place, 1 within the trigger guard, and then there's 4 more, 2 per side, that finalizes it just to keep everything locked into place.
So from the Poly line, we go from the Poly line, which is our least priced 1911, and then we have a mid-grade, and then we have our high-end, full-end custom. I still go out to the range myself personally and test fire for accuracy. If I give you a gun that holds 1.5 inches, the only thing you got to concentrate on is your breathing, your trigger performance, your hold, you know, things of that nature. It's all on you at that point in time, and your scores will get better.
We've built 1911s that are in 45 ACP, shot 1.5 inch MOA at 100 yards. I've had 9mm that have shot half minute of angle at 50 yards. Been very successful with this. Pretty proud of it too. It's very difficult to get these guns to shoot that well.
Right. And just picking up on that, Chuck, you know, you're talking about the accuracy of these guns. I mean, you know, I think that really, you know, says a lot about Rock River. You guys aren't run-of-the-mill, whether it comes to ARs or 1911.